Welcome to Tiger Tracks, your home for the best of LSU athletics. And now, your hosts, Jordy Hultberg and Bill Frankes.
That's us. Welcome and happy early Easter to you and yours, all you Tiger fans around the world. He's Bill. I'm Jordy. Great to be with you. Since last we talked, tough weekend for the LSU Tigers against Alabama, SEC opener, but they bounce back. They win the finale, and then they go on to New Orleans in front of over 10,000 fans for a great cause, the Wally Pontiff Jr. Classic, and beat UL 8-5. I think it's a great matchup.
Yeah, it really is. Jordy, we were talking before the show. Maybe it should be a permanent matchup, but
got my vote.
Down in Metairie, over 10,000 fans. So for the past 2 seasons now, just a great atmosphere. I think both teams really enjoy the experience, and fortunately, the Tigers get a win last night, and hopefully that builds some momentum for this week's series at Texas A&M.
At Texas A&M, pretty good hitting team. Coming up on the show today, Breaux, her group, just fresh off the Southeastern Conference Championships. Now it's off to the NCAAs. They're heading to Athens.
They are. They found out earlier this week they will be the #1 seed at the Athens Regional. LSU is the #3 overall seed in the entire NCAA tournament, so we're looking forward to that. Next Saturday, they'll be in Athens competing for a chance to advance to the NCAA championships. We'll have Coach Breaux here in the studio, and she'll talk about her team. It's an outstanding club, ranked #3 in the nation.
Ashley Knack, perfect 10s all the time. That, women's golf, and much, much more. It's all coming your way on this edition of Tiger Tracks. We're on CST. We'll be back with Breaux when we return after these messages. Welcome back to Tiger Tracks. Bill Frankes, Jordy Hultberg here. It's always a pleasure to welcome Breaux as her team has completed the SEC matchups, and now it's off to the big dance. It's time for the NCAA regionals, and they're off to Athens, Georgia as the #1 seed in the regional. Congratulations on that.
Jordy.
That's quite an accomplishment. So now we got some time to rest, recover, and work hard to get ready for it.
Well, we've got 8 training opportunities between now and then, and Easter kind of in the middle of that.
Right.
So it's a good spring break.
Okay, good.
Earlier this week when the announcement came through, some of your gymnasts spoke to the media and talked about redemption, going back to Georgia, because you guys competed there earlier this year in the regular season, didn't have a great meet, but now you have a chance to go back in a much bigger stage.
Well, our kids are, I think, a little more seasoned. We didn't have the kind of SEC performance that we wanted, but when you look back at it, and we were 2.5 tenths out of the lead, I mean, and we walked away feeling really disappointed, and at any point we could have kicked the door open and won that meet. So, you know, moving forward into a regional at a very, very tough location, it'll probably, Utah will have a great crowd, but Georgia will have a great crowd, and it'll be a very pro-Georgia group. But, you know, we'll travel a little bit, and we'll have some people there.
Was it disheartening? I'm watching on television, and you're used to performing in front of 10,000 people, and Little Rock wasn't 10,000 people. Does that have any effect on it?
Well, I don't think that affected us, because we had a lot of people that came and you know, supported our
Right.
team, and it was just the fact that I think our kids were too hyped, too focused on the end result instead of the process. Started out great. Maya Hambrick gave us a great lead off, and then we had 2 big breaks in the middle of our lineup, and we couldn't make up for it. And after 2 events, we were like, okay, we're still in the hunt. We go to floor, and we just about leveled the playing field, and we went to vaulting and tried too hard. You know, and I tell the kids, what beats a try but a failure? You know, don't try. Just get up and relax and do. And we couldn't stick any vaults, and it cost us the meet.
Easier said than done, isn't it,
Yeah,
sometimes?
yeah.
But having had that experience now at the SEC meet last week, especially for your freshmen who were in that environment for the first time, how does that help you now going forward as we move into the NCAA competition?
Well, I think it gives us a little bit of a rough edge as we're training and in our preparation. The kids are like, you know, instead of, I got it, I understand, I know, they're like, tell me more. What else can I do? You know, we've got to do more to get ready. We've got to be better prepared. And so it's given us a little bit of a training edge and a little bit of a motivation. You know, you get stung, and it's like, okay, I'm going to pay attention now.
What was your mindset like and your coaching staff after the SEC meet? Honestly.
We were honestly very disappointed, and honestly just a little bit of kind of an anger.
Okay,
Yeah, a little bit of that, which is fine. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what coaches do.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
And your girls feel that, and they
You know,
understand
and
the significance
They
of what's
do.
ahead.
But we couldn't be angry at the kids because we had prepared them and they were ready, and I think it was the emotional too ready. They were too anxious, and we decided we can't change what we did in our preparation. We're not going to come to practice and do more because we're doing really well. I mean, we won the regular season. We've beaten everybody that beat us on that given night, and they were better than us that night. So we've got to guard against that and be a little more mindful as to what we're saying and the seeds that we're planting in their little brains.
Let them get you now.
Yeah.
You just get them when it really counts coming up.
And
that's all.
that's kind of what we've been saying.
Dee, structurally, with the way the NCAA has the meet set up, at the regional, you need to finish in the top 2 to advance. But explain how it works.
It cuts down that third round. You know, we have the first round like everybody else does, but it cuts that second round and it doesn't extend our season into the final exam period for most of the universities.
Okay.
So a lot of our decisions are made for really truly made what's best academically for our student athletes, and taking two teams out of the first round does kind of make things fair, and it gives everybody an opportunity to have a little bit of a bad meet and still advance to the championships. And you know, you can go to the second round and have a bad meet and get eliminated, or you can go to the first round and have a bad meet with more teams and make it. So I like the system. I like the system, but I tell you what, 4 teams on the floor at the SEC championships was pretty sweet deal. Yeah. We've got 6 on the floor at our national championships. I'll think long and hard about whether or not I want to go 6 for Super 6 or 4 for 4 on the floor.
Gotcha. 4 on the floor. I like that. I like Ashley Natt. We're going to talk about her. She's been near perfect this year. We'll continue the conversation with Dee Breaux after this.
Tiger Tracks on CST is being brought to you by Capital One Bank, the official bank of all things Louisiana, and by Louisiana Propane Dealers. Get up to $1,200 in rebates on propane accessories. Find out how at louisianapropane.com.
As promised, we are back. Bill Franquez, I'm Jordy Helperg. We continue our conversation with Dee Breaux as the NCAA regionals begin in April, April the 2nd. They'll be in Athens, Georgia. As the #1 seed in that regional, 2 teams advance to the Super 6. So, Ashley Natt, #1 in the country in vault, #1 in the country on floor.
Yeah.
She's pretty good.
She's very
pretty
good.
good.
You know, she's been getting better each year. She came in her freshman year, and did an okay job. But you know, she was backed up with Reagan Corville, Jessie Jordan. You know, those really, really great all-arounders. And she really stepped up this year and said, "It's my turn," and she has led this team in the right direction.
At the beginning of the season, before the opening meet with Oklahoma, we talked about the impact that the freshmen would have on this team. And you had 6 returning All-Americans and 5 freshmen, how it would blend. Tell us how that's worked out.
It's been fabulous. You know, the freshman impact has been tremendous. They're a 9-9, each one of them. You know, when you put Lexi Priestman in, you think you're going to get a 9-9. Sarah Finnegan, you know, you put her in, you're going to get a 9-9. But here's what's happened. These freshmen have come in, and they're as excellent as they are. They have pushed that sophomore class, that Maya Hambrick group, to get better and to compete harder. They've also pushed our seniors. Randy Wyrick, Jessica Savona. They've pushed those individuals to really step up. So it's been really interesting to see the group dynamics. But they have made a huge impact. But the impact that our freshmen are going to make is going to be down the road.
I got to be honest with you. I have no problem with you guys. Vault, floor, bars. It's that beam thing that drives me crazy. I hold my breath. You feel the same? Is that the most difficult apparatus out there?
Well, it is, because it's only 4 inches.
That drives me crazy.
Yeah, and it's the one that takes the nerves. It's on bars you're swinging, but you know we really think we're a great beam team. We really think we can win the meet on that event.
That's
but
awesome.
you know we do it in the gym all the time, but they've got to be able to do it when the pressure is high and when everything is counting on them.
Do me a favor, get that thing out of the way early.
Well, man, our little lead off on beam, Erin Mekadeg, that's a beautiful, beautiful beam worker.
Yeah.
And when she hits it, I can't find
it's
a deduction.
unbelievable.
Yeah, she's good.
When you do it good, it's
Yeah.
awesome. It really is. Okay.
I'm always fascinated by your competitors in all around. And Maya Hambrick is number 10 in the nation in all around. Dee Dee, how difficult is it to be good in all 4 events like she is? She's
so mellow. She's just really her temperament is extremely laid back and she's kind of like a guy. You know, she doesn't get bothered. She doesn't get flustered. Sometimes she gets down on herself and gives herself a hard time. But there's not a whole lot of emotion, not a whole lot of girl emotion there. She's just methodical, just takes it one day at a time, and a real pleasure to be with. She's a tough competitor. Last 3 weeks, she's not had her best competition, so we're hoping that these 2 weeks away from the competition, that pressure, will kind of bring her back and let us have 2 or 3 more good meets out of her.
Well, strategically now, you're moving into NCAA competition. We've talked a little bit about preparation. Mentally, how do you prepare them for what's about to come?
We try to continue to make our practices pressure. We try to put a lot of pressure in our practices, but at the same time, we try to then reel it back and we'll do games, competition games. Like everybody's got a stick, and if you stick, you get a point. If you don't stick, you lose a point, and you got to go to so many points to get it. So we really do try to infuse some competition, but at a fun level. But then we do a lot of inter squads, a lot of pressure sets. If you don't hit this, everybody's got to do it again, kind of stuff. So it puts pressure on them.
Nobody's completely 100% healthy this time of the year, but you feel good about where you are?
I feel real good about where
Okay,
we are. Our kids are very fit. We've done a great job with our nutritionist and our strength coach, and that entire village has done a great job. The commitment that everyone has made for this team to be successful. I mean, the administrative support, Mark Ewing, Joe Oliva, everybody has been so positive and so upbeat about what this team has accomplished and about the buzz and the crowd support and what this team has created in this community.
Go get them in Athens.
Go
Good
Tigers.
luck. There you go.
Go
Thank
Tigers.
you, Dee Dee Breaux. We'll be taking time out. We'll come back with more here on Tiger Tracks. Welcome back to Tiger Tracks. The weather was beautiful. It prevailed, although windy, but the LSU Tiger, what was it called?
LSU Tiger Golf Classic.
Golf Classic
Yes.
took place. We had Karen Bonson on last week, and we have a recap coming.
Absolutely. The Tigers finished 5th at the event held at the University Club. As we talked with Karen last week, it's a young team that's battled back for some injuries, but seems to be playing at a much higher level now as we near the postseason. Garrett Walvard was out at the University Club, and he files this report from the LSU Tiger Golf Classic.
Elise, is a Louisiana girl. So I'm extremely proud of the way she's really worked really hard, to just get better every single, year. When she first came in here, she didn't have high expectations. I felt like she was a player that could get better and better and better. And she really did that, and that she's worked so hard to do it. She went from being ranked in the 700s in college golf to being ranked in the top 24 in the nation. So that's, in fact, Golf Week magazine did an article on her just basically stating how she was one of the best improved ever, So that's huge. So that's a really tribute to how hard she worked.
Elise is just an incredible golf player. She has improved every year more and more, and her performance on the golf course is outstanding. She hits the ball incredible. She has a very good attitude, and she keeps her head up high throughout the entire round.
What's very fascinating about Elise is you can never really tell how she's doing, and it's a lot of fun to watch her from afar, and no matter how she's doing, you always think she's got it under control, and that's very impressive.
You can't really see all the power, but then she hits it, and she's about what feels like 290 down the fairway, but it's really like 255, 260, and I don't know, she's just very good with her irons. I've never seen anybody get attack pins like her. She'll just stick it right on the number, put it inches away.
Elise is like my big sister in a sense. I've known her for a while, since junior golf, and we've played golf before since we were like, I'd say I was like 12 years old, and she was a little older than me, and so I looked up to her a lot. She was very sweet to me from the beginning, and being here with her as a teammate, you know, she's always there for a hug or advice, and she's, you know, very loving, and whenever I need some encouragement, she's always there for me, and I just love her to death.
I really like Elise. Our freshman year, Elise and I roomed together, which was a very fun experience. We don't room together now, but we're still good friends and we get along great. I know whenever I have a question or need anything, any advice, Elise is here and I can talk to her as my senior fellowship, so it's fun with her. I like playing with her. She's a great athlete, she's a great golfer. She's come a long way and I'm proud of her.
Last year, that was probably like the best moment on the golf course for me. Was I didn't even know I was in a playoff, honestly. Made the birdie putt on the 18th hole, and Alexis said, "You're in a playoff." And I said, "For what place? What do you mean?" But that was just incredible. And then making that 6-inch putt on the last playoff hole felt like about a 10-footer. My hands were shaking so much, but it was incredible.
Nadine has been tremendous. She could be one of the hardest workers I've ever had on my golf team. And she's one of those young ladies that if you tell her this is the way it's going to be done, she will do it just like that. I mean, to the T. So she's very disciplined. She'll go whatever you tell her, she'll do even more, you know, so it's fantastic. And then as a teammate, you couldn't ask for anyone to be more loyal to her teammates. And just being able to coach someone like that, when you're talking to the team, you always see her, you know, just really involved and really soaking in what you want to say. She's a sponge, you know, and just wants to keep learning all the time.
When I came in, I really felt like I was like taken under the wing by Nadine. It was really hard for me to adjust, I think, my freshman year, and she really helped me with feeling more like a part of the team, and definitely helped me with my time management and like not feeling overwhelmed. When I felt homesick, we would go get frozen yogurt or something like that. So she's always definitely been there to be a friend and a teammate.
She's a great practicer. She's very motivated. She loves golf, you can tell, and she loves her team. So she puts in the extra 10% for us and herself, you know, and you definitely can see that. She's a great team player. I love the way she works at practice, on the course, qualifying, practice rounds, everything like that.
When she gets her putter going, she gets her putter going. And like you can see that confidence come out, and it's awesome to see. I play a lot of qualifying with her, and to see like her putter start going and she starts making those mid-range 11 to 15 footers all day. Kind of puts a little more pressure on you watching her make all of them, but she makes it look very simple. She plays good golf.
She is by far the hardest worker I've ever met on and off the golf course with school and everything. I think she has a 3.9, which is unbelievable, and I hope just a fraction of that rubbed off on me being here.
I think I've come a long way. I worked hard, I practiced a lot. I just recently saw a picture of me from my freshman year and I looked tiny and skinny. I was like, oh my God, is this me? I'm so proud and thankful to Karen and Alexis that they gave me a chance and a scholarship here to play for LSU.
All these tournaments are important, but of course they're shooting for the SEC and then the NCAAs, so they got to get their star back, got to get her healthy if at all possible, 9th-ranked player in the world, and then we'll see what they can do.
And of course, Jordy, LSU is playing host to the women's golf regional, the NCAA regional at the University Club in May, so that's a key right now for Coach Bonson and her team, is to make sure they qualify and have an opportunity to compete at the University Club in May at the regional.
All right, what does Bill have up his sleeve this week? We go around the campus of LSU when we return to Tiger Tracks.
Tiger Tracks on CST is being brought to you by Capital One Bank, the official bank of all things Louisiana, and by Louisiana Propane Dealers. Get up to $1,200 in rebates on propane accessories. Find out how at louisianapropane.com.
Welcome back to Tiger Tracks. If you've been watching this show, and if you haven't, why haven't you? Because it's fantastic. We always save this last segment for something that's taking place that's very cutting edge on the campus, whether it be river studies or curing cancer, whatever. So you're in charge of this.
All right.
What's your surprise this week?
Well, over the last several weeks, Jordy, we've featured ways in which LSU's research impacts our community. Today, we profiled an individual student, a young man who is studying environmental science. Let's take a look.
Being named an LSU Discover Scholar is an honor, mostly because it's a recognition of those who display the potential for undergraduate research. I really feel that all I've done is pursue all the opportunities that LSU has made available to me. But it's definitely rooted in a passion for the outdoors and a responsibility that developed to protect it. My name is Davis Coles. I'm a senior studying coastal environmental sciences with a focus in toxicology at Louisiana State University. My research is within the field of environmental toxicology. I've studied a process called alternative splicing as it applies to drug metabolism. That could have major implications for drug development, public environmental health in general. And I'm currently studying the effect of ocean acidification and climate change on the genomic makeup of the eastern oyster, which, as we know, is an incredibly economically important species here, especially around Louisiana. It was inherently enjoyable. I love to be outside, so that was a huge aspect of it, but knowing that the work had implications for protecting the environment and making, being a part of the changes that I'd like to see was very rewarding. Getting involved in undergraduate research, or any research at any level, to be honest, is something I'd recommend to just about anyone. It's a great learning experience, will complement your coursework, and in my experience has just been very enjoyable, and I've learned a lot.
Well, welcome back to Tiger Tracks, and we close out the show. We got a special giveaway that we are initiating here on Tiger's Tracks.
Cox Sports Television is giving away a Paul Maneri autographed hat and tickets to the Mississippi State Series at Alex Box Stadium. The State Series will take place April 22nd through the 24th. All you have to do to enter this contest is go to coxsportstv.com.
All right.
coxsportstv.com. You can enter the contest. You'll have a chance to win an autographed hat from Coach Maneri and tickets to the big series with Mississippi State. And we'll announce the winner right here on Tiger Tracks on April the 6th. So visit coxsportstv.com right now and enter for your chance to win tickets and an autograph from Coach Maneri.
Enter early, enter often, and we'll announce the winner. And no, we cannot be bought. We cannot. We'll be legit about this. And he and I are not eligible for this. So anyway, happy Easter to you and your family. Happy Easter to all of you as well. Good luck to the Tigers. I know you're traveling to College Station.
Heading over to College Station to Aggie Land should be a lot of fun.
We hope.
A&M can swing it, so hopefully the Tigers can come out with a series victory.
For Bill Frankes, I'm Jordy Helper. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week on Tiger Tracks here on CST.